everyone, it's Kaela and welcome back to the channel. So today I am doing what I feed my horses video, so let's get into the video. So we're first going to start with Moon Pie's food. So by the way, Moon Pie is the foal, which is the great niece of Lacey. So this is Moon Pie's food. And in here, since she is just 2 years old, she still gets a Wellness Grow supplement by Seminole. That is her, she gets the Grow, so she gets the Wellness Grow Right by Seminole, which we give all of our horses Seminole. So as she is growing, she gets 2 quarts of this grain. And that's all she gets for her food. So that's all she gets for her food. So let's move on to the other's food. So next up we're doing Penny's food. So hers is a little more complicated. So all of our horses get Seminole, as I said. So she gets the Seminole Wellness, Safe, and Life, which is in this thing, and Penny gets 1 quart of this. Clear something out. Okay. Since she was such a good girl today in our lesson, so I am filming this on Thursday. So I had a lesson Thursday, and since she gets like a quarter more food. Since she was such a good girl today, she gets a little extra food because she worked very hard. And so we put her food in the camera, so this is her food. And after that, she gets, so we have this thing called Mare Magic, which is to help calm down like their hormones and stuff and make them less like, I don't know, makes their hormone calms down, makes them less angry and rude towards other horses. And spring is coming up and I want her to be on her best behavior, so she gets this. It's just let me think. I don't know what it is. Okay. It's either raspberry or rosemary leaf, which just helps her calm down. And we also get this cocoa soya oil, which it is a fatty acid formula, but I only give her a little bit since I don't want her to get too fat. I don't want to get her fat because this does help fatten up your horse. She doesn't need to be fat, so I just give it to her, and it also helps keep your horse have a shiny coat. And I put water in her food so that way she eats her food more slowly, because before when she didn't eat in a stall and she ate with the rest of the horses, she chowed down on her food and stuff and usually choked a lot. So I keep her isolated from the horses when she's eating, so it helps slow her down. Her food smells very good. It smells very sweet. Not like it's not actually high in this, but it smells really sweet. That's good. And after I get the mix, that's all her food is. So let's move on to the others. So next we're going to do my first ever pony named Little Bill, his food. So he doesn't really get that much. He only gets, like, if you see this Esme, her donkeys and stuff, they don't really need food. Like Little Bill, he doesn't really need food, but he has a supplement which he does not want to take on his own. So we just give him like a handful of grain, and then we get him his little supplement, which is called Remission, to help with his hips and stuff like that. He is up there in age. He's about 19, turning 20. Well, no, he's 20 years old now because he turned 20 in January. So we just put the Remission in there. I'm sorry if you can't see what I'm doing off-side camera. I'm just filling up his dish. So I put this and pretty much just give this a little dishy mix. And that's all that we feed Little Bill. So let's move on to the next horse. So the next horse is named Artax. He's a different, Artax is a draft horse. So he has a different container because his container has different holes and slots because he does paw at his container, and this also helps him eat slowly. So he gets a half a quart of the same food that we feed Penny. Oh, and by the way, Little Bill gets the same food as, so Artax, Penny, and Little Bill get the same food, and Moon Pie and Lacey get different food. So I'm gonna put the lid back on. Put his food right here. So after he has this, he gets the same thing what Little Bill gets, the remission. He really does not need it, but since he's a draft and course of different medical issues he has, he doesn't have bad ones that deflect on him, but the remission does seem to help his work ethic. So we just put a scoop of remission in, the same amount as Little Bill. And that's pretty much all we have. That's pretty much all we give him. So let's move on to the next horse. So the next horse is Lacey. And Lacey is the paint thoroughbred we have. So she does not get this Safe and Life Seminole feed. She gets the Safe and Life Senior Mix. Why Little Bill doesn't get it? Because he doesn't really need it. But Lacey does, due to medical and due to other sorts of stuff. And Lacey gets 2 quarts, the same amount of Moon Pie does, because she is a lot bigger than the others. So she just gets a quart of that. And we can close that up because we're done with that. Put her food in the frame. And she gets a shallow dish because she does eat quicker than the others. And then she has this bag of food that this is her special little Farrier Formal Double Strength. I think it helps with her feet and stuff. I'm not sure. My mom bought this. And so we just have, this little scoop, which is a 1/4 cup scoop. And we just take a scoop of the green of the pellet stuff I just showed you. It's very hard to get out of here. Okay. And we just put it in. And I close the container up. And give it a mix. And sorry for the little pause there. And since Lacey does have some choking issues with her food, she does eat her food quite quickly, we give her water to slow her down. And we have to make it very soupy because she does have an issue and she does eat it very hard. So we make it very soupy and stuff. And we usually let her and Penny's food sit a little bit, but Penny's food has been sitting for like a few minutes now, and it's nice and soft and stuff. I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. So we just leave. I don't think you can hear her, but she's walking around. Penny's in the aisle right now. She's walking around, and I can hear her. I opened the door earlier, and she's right outside the door waiting because she can hear me making food. So that's what Lacey eats, and now I'll show feeding all the horses, except for I will not show me feed. Okay, I won't show anyone other than Penny because all of them are very aggressive, and I have to like feed them really quickly because they're very dominant when it comes to food. So they like fight each other and bite each other and stuff. I know you might say that's like I should work on that, but yeah. So I'll just show feeding Penny since she's a more well-behaved. And before I feed Penny, I make her back up for just ground manners and stuff like you see this Esme does. I did take that technique from her because it is a good technique to use. So go check out this Esme because she is a very good equestrian. So I'll run to the clip of me feeding Penny, and I'll show a clip at the end of all the horses eating. So lastly, I just set out 7 flakes of hay, so they have plenty of hay, and I set out a flake of coastal hay, each in the 3 stalls. And since Moon Pie already has her flake in her stall, I just have to put 2 out in there. And then I just put a handful of peanut hay in each of the little piles of hay. And peanut hay is very sweet and stuff, so you don't want to give your horse a lot unless they really need it. Like if they're fat, if they're very skinny and stuff, this helps put on weight. So I'm just gonna go put out some of the hay. I'll just go put out the hay. Cut to the clip of me putting out hay. Or at the end of the... Cut to the clip of all the hay being put out. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to subscribe and turn the notification bell. Well, hit the notification bell to get regular uploads from me. And make sure to like this video and comment how many times you feed your horse a day. I feed mine twice a day, depending on who the horse is and how much they have been ridden. Well, I'll see y'all later. Bye!